All rise. Support court with Judge Vonda is now in session. Judge's case number JVB 2001, Allen case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Okay, Miss Allen, you're back. It looks like you brought someone with you. What's going on?
King. So he's my nephew's father,
Okay.
and I need help. You know, mom's paying child support. I feel it's only fair that dad pays child support for, you know, his child.
Okay. And you said for your nephew, if I remember correctly, there were 2 children, right?
Yes, he's just the father of the 4-year-old.
All right.
Yes.
All right. But you said he was around. I remember
He does,
you saying
and
that.
he even dropped off some school supplies. You know, he brought him a backpack, and he got him, you know, the scissors and Crayolas and stuff. But I mean, he didn't help with school clothes.
All right. Right. Have you ever asked him to help with school clothes or do anything more?
I mean, he knows school starts. You know.
Of course, here is an updated version of your courtroom drama setup that is professional, dramatic, and captivating. Every verdict is more painful than a reality check. And the one from today? A ticking time bomb in full force. Miss Allen has taken the father of her nephew to court, claiming that he is a part-time parent who avoids accountability while she manages everything. The catch is that he was not aware that he was even being prosecuted. Imagine entering a courtroom, expecting nothing unusual, only to be taken aback by child maintenance documents. Yes, things get real quickly during this explosive session. Receipts fly out, Judge Vanby's patience wanes, and Mr. I work at a bank. Jackson's conception of what it means to be a great father is subjected to the most intense scrutiny to date. What starts off as a friendly request swiftly turns into a heated financial argument. Who is actually right, Mr. Jackson, who claims he is doing his share, or Miss Allen, who stepped up, and have faith that you won't want to misjudge? Vonda's closing statement. Let's get started. Do you want this to also be a caption or the opening of a video?
How do you know he knows that school started?
I mean, because the summer just ended and the school starts, and he knows his baby's going to go to, you know, kinder. He knows that the baby's starting pre-K. So, you know, he brought school supplies. Why wouldn't he think to bring school clothes?
Well, that's true. That's true. You all have a decent relationship, though.
We do. And he's, you know, he's sometimey. He comes, you know, when he wants. I mean,
That was funny.
Just listening to her, that's it.
Okay. All right. I'll get to you in just a second, okay?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Continue.
basically that's it, you know. My sister's not doing her part. He does some timey part, and, you know, it's just getting old.
Okay.
My nephew deserves more.
So at this point, you are wanting to place him on child support?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I don't know if, have you talked to him before today? Because I don't know if he knew this, because he has this look on his face and shaking his head. You haven't discussed this with him?
We haven't.
Yeah,
We haven't.
Where's this
I
coming
mean,
from?
not that you legally have to, you don't,
Well, okay, he knows that mom is paying child support. He knows that my sister's paying me child support for her 2 kids. I think it's only fair he pay child support for 1 kid. He had to know this was coming. You know, he knew that I had put my sister on child support.
but, okay.
I knew that.
I think you did.
You think I did?
I think you did.
Okay.
All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. So is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him? Because it seems like he has a lot to say.
I got you. This is a crisp, snappy revision that retains the same intensity and clarity. Now, hold for a second. Miss Allen recently acknowledged that she never really asked Mr. Jackson for assistance with school attire. Furthermore, even while her logic makes sense, he should know. Let's face it, the judicial system doesn't operate on presumptions. There is no statutory requirement if there is no express request. However, the tone of the argument is established at this point. Because now, what has been assumed is more important than what has been spoken. And that's where it gets really messy, people. Do you want to go on to the next case moment?
Sir, is your last name King or your first name King?
First name's King.
First name is King. What's your last name?
Jackson.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, what's going on here?
You guys tell me. I don't know what's going on here.
You were unaware of the reason that you were coming to court today?
Yeah, I'm just here.
Okay, you got served with paperwork. Did you read it?
No.
So you just showed up without reading? You just came to court not knowing what was going on?
Well, I'm not going to miss court. So.
Well, I can appreciate that. Thank you. You're about the first person that is coming here and recognize that you should come to court when you are ordered to come to court. But you didn't read the paperwork, so you're not aware of anything.
I'm in the blind about all this, and nothing was discussed or anything like that. Just prior to, sent you a text message here. I think I still got it.
You sent her a text message?
Yeah, we communicate. We communicate back and forth.
Okay.
So for her to say that I'm inconsistent, I don't know where she's getting that from.
Well, how would you describe, you going and seeing your son and everything like that?
Oh, I'm an amazing father, but of course, when you get in court, it's something totally different. So, yeah.
What do you mean by amazing father? Like, explain that to me.
How often do you come and pick up your son?
Excuse me, Miss
Oh,
Allen?
I'm sorry. My apologies.
And I know you know better. You've been here before.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Don't be sorry.
Thank you, Judge.
Just don't do it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Now,
Thank you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Jackson.
Yes.
You're welcome. Continue.
Being an amazing father, I go pick up my kids whenever I have the opportunity to. I do work at a bank here as a financial advisor.
All right.
So my schedule is not, it doesn't permit me to go pick them up like I would like to.
Indeed, with the same ferocity, here's a scathing, dramatic rewrite. The expression on Mr. Jackson's face conveys how absolutely unprepared he is. He was served, but he never bothered to read the paperwork. This is when the drama really starts. Ignorance is borderline negligence in Judge Vonda's courtroom, not happiness. Arriving is a good first step, but coming in unprepared? That is a surefire way to fail. This sort of cold entry, last-minute chaos? It's precisely what transforms a routine hearing into a major courtroom drama.
Thing like that, I'm able to communicate with her and go pick them up. As she said before, dropping them off, picking them up, taking them out to eat, buying school supplies.
Wait a minute, just so I'm clear. So she has custody of both of her sister's kids. Mm-hmm. Are you taking both of the kids? Or you?
No.
Okay.
Mine.
You just taking your son?
Yes.
Okay, because you said kids, so I didn't know if this was this child or you had outside children.
No. Well, just this one.
Okay. Okay, I got you. I follow you.
Yeah.
And that matters because if you're going to be put on child support, you will get credit for any other children that you have. You said you work at a bank. How much money do you make?
Say about $60K a year.
Okay. All right. So you pick up your son, you take him places, you do things with him.
Yes.
Do you buy him clothes and everything like that for your home?
Of course.
Okay. As far as Aunt's home, though, Miss Allen's home, you don't.
I can't speak for her household.
Okay.
I can only speak for my household and when I have them. So,
all right.
Other than that, yeah.
Okay. So, how do you feel about knowing that you're here today to be placed on child support at her request?
I think it's a waste of time, honestly. I think we could have settled out of court for all this, but hey, you got to go through the process. So, let's go through it.
Okay, have you been giving her any financial assistance for your son up until now?
Yes.
All right, how have you been giving her financial assistance?
Whenever she asks.
Okay. How frequent do you ask him?
I don't like to ask frequently because I feel like he knows his child has needs, wants even, and I don't have to pick up the phone and say, hey, your child's gonna eat today. Hey, look, I even brought my electricity bill. Water.
Yes, the defense of the amazing dad, a traditional courtroom maneuver. Mr. Jackson describes the scene. A few supplies here and there, quick food trips, and school drop-offs. Sounds good, doesn't it? The worst part is that none of that equates to continuous financial support. My house is handled, he adds. I can't speak on hers. That is a serious warning sign. There is no such thing as part-time co-parenting, and it certainly doesn't end at your front door. It's about supporting the child's full-time life, not only about what occurs during your weekend visits.
$5 for electricity. I mean,
What does your bill have to do with my child?
your child lives in my home and uses this electricity, watching TV or the enjoyment of the air conditioner, you know? I mean, it's just your child, you should pay.
Okay.
Financially.
Once again, you didn't answer the question.
You're not, you don't, if you're not gonna sit your child, if you're not gonna take care of your child and have your child with you, well, then you can pay financially.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. I choose to have my child with me, but hey, you know how you guys do.
Oh.
What does that mean? You guys do. What does that mean?
I'm not gonna get into that.
Oh, okay. But I asked you to. So what does that mean?
Yes, Shauna. As I said before, I think I'm an amazing dad. Her and her sister. How can I say it without being rude? They have certain ways about them.
I could kind of tell that from the last time that they were here.
They have certain ways about them. A little money hungry, if you want to say that. I'm gonna say that and not use the other term. But hey, teach his own. Teach his own.
Okay. And she said some things about the electricity bill and everything like that.
Correct.
Do you think that child support should be
support
determined or
is for the
spent
child.
on those expenses?
No, child support is for the child. Me paying your bills. You have another child there. You probably have other dudes there. That's not my responsibility. So
Do you think she was asking you to pay those bills?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. She need help.
Miss Allen, were you asking him to pay those bills, or what
No,
exactly
Judge, I
was?
want him to just get the knowledge that, you know, your child lives in a household. You are not contributing to that household, so therefore you contribute financially to your child, so that your child is taken care of.
Okay.
You know, so that when school comes, there's school clothes and there's backpacks and new shoes and you know.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think I understand where both of you are coming from. You know, it's just ironic that, not that you have to have an agreement outside of court, right? That's not a requirement or anything like that. But considering that you all seem to have somewhat of a decent relationship, I just would think this would be a conversation that you all had first to try to see what you can work out. But I mean, nonetheless, we are here today. Do you have access to health insurance?
I do.
All right. Do you know how much it'll cost you to put your son on health insurance?
I don't have an exact number, but I'm pretty sure anywhere between $300 $400
Okay.
a month.
All right. Is it possible that it could be cheaper than $300?
Once again, I'm not sure. I have to go through and find out there, but pretty standard there. I believe it's about $300 $400. I think it might be cheaper, but I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Jackson, this is what we are going to do. We are going to place you on child support today. I mean, at the end of the day, the law is the law. You do have a responsibility to financially support your child, any children that you may have. Your child is...
When Miss Allen drew out the $435 utility bill for keeping the lights on and air conditioning, the crowd went crazy. Kawamalan continued her argument, saying, "Your child lives here. You use, you pay." Mr. Jackson responds, "That's not my bill. But let's get real utilities, groceries, rent. All of that counts in child support calculations." He refuses to admit that it might cost him money because his goal is to keep their child happy, not to pay her bills.
She should receive some sort of financial support in caring for your son, just like the mother does. All right? You understand what I'm saying? So it's not to punish you or anything like that, but she is entitled to receive some sort of support for taking care of your child. All right? Now, child support is, go ahead.
So all the cash apps and everything that I have here and all the text messages and everything, that means nothing, correct?
No, you haven't told me that. You haven't told me. I mean, I asked, how much have you been giving her?
Like I said, whenever she asks,
But what does that mean? Like, numerically, how does that look?
What, an extra $250 to $500?
A month?
Yeah, say that.
Okay, and the last time you were here, I believe you said your nephew had been with you, let me see, I have my notes here, 9 months at the time.
250, there's no way. 250 to 500, there's no way.
Okay.
He'll send like $20 here, $30 here, $40. I've never received a payment more than $50 ever.
So
Never?
is it possible
Sure?
that, excuse me,
No,
Are you sure?
I'm
excuse me,
sure.
I'll let you
Okay.
guys talk the first time. Now I'm talking. So is it possible that the $250 to $500 is a total based on sending smaller amounts? Is that possible?
Sure.
Because she's saying she hasn't received that in a month.
And like I said, my electricity bill was $430
Once
a
again,
month.
that's not my responsibility.
It's not, but your child lives in my home.
Okay, you keep talking about your bills. You need to
Okay,
focus
well,
on
let
my
me
child,
just clear
okay?
this up. The bills don't matter, okay? I mean, I get what you're saying. I
Yes.
understand. The child lives there. There
It
are
was just,
things that
you
you
know.
have to pay for. I get it.
I was just saying.
His child support is not going to be paid based on your electricity bill, your gas bill, any of those
But
bills
he wants
that
to
you brought
sit here
today.
and say $250 to $500. That's probably been in a year. And what I was just trying to
Come on,
say
man.
is, come on, I mean, come on.
Come
$500
on,
in a
man.
year, that's
Come
not
on, man.
much.
Well, she did ask for back child support too, so that's the reason that I asked what it was that you had paid her.
You can take $500 off. Fine.
$500 off the back pay.
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
give him
now
that.
you do.
What lessons did we take away from today's intense session? Judge Vonda B doesn't play favorites. She's here to balance the scales. Miss Allen is sick of taking the blame for a child she didn't make, and Mr. Jackson believes that playing weekend dad gets him a pass.